Today on Max Handy Gadgets, we're sous vide cooking a delicious picnic roast that's tender and juicy. So let's get started. Alright, and for the picnic roast, we have a Smithfield picnic roast here. Let me see if I can show you the label. There you go. It's 5 pounds and it's a half of a pork shoulder, right? That's other names that we can call this picnic roast is a pork shoulder, a Boston butt, or also known as a blade roast. Yep, they all are about the same and they have a bone in this. So we're going to have to debone this and truss it up, tie it up, and then we'll go ahead and sous vide in our Instant Pot. So let me get this out of the package and I'll bring you back. Alright, here's our nice picnic roast out of the package. That really looks good, doesn't it? And you can see the blade bone right there, or half of the blade bone, because this is a half of a picnic roast, right? Now these are also known as a pork shoulder, like I said before, or a blade roast, or a Boston butt. So we're going to cook this up sous vide style, and we're going to make it tender and juicy and sliceable. So we're going to have to get that bone out of there to do that. Now if you wanted this to be like pulled pork, you'd be sous vide cooking this for about 24 to 48 hours at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And that'll make it really, really tender and fork tender, and you could just pull it off the bone. You wouldn't have to take the bone out. But since we're slicing this, we're going to take the bone out. Alright, since this is a half of a picnic roast, and the fat cap's only about 3.5 inches wide there, and you would normally put the fat cap down to debone your, your pork shoulder or your picnic roast, if it's a full one or a whole one. But today we're going to have to leave it like this because it's nice and flat, right? And you can see our blade bone that we have to get out of there, and it goes all the way through to the other side. I don't know if you can see it, but here it is. See, it goes all the way through. So we're going to have to carve around there and get that blade bone out. And it has a couple little curves and nooks and crannies that we have to work around, but we'll do it. Just get a nice sharp boning knife and go to town. Just find your bone right here and take your boning knife and go along there real gentle like this, and follow that bone. Wherever it goes, just follow it, because we don't really know because it was cut in half, but it is a blade bone. And just keep following it around, just like this. Try to get close to the bone as you can. Go around the other side. Cut down the edge and go under. Alright, starting to come out already, see it? Now there's quite a different ways to cut this blade bone out, but since it's already cut in half, like I said before, it's a little more tricky, but you can do it. Just follow the bone. Alright. Try not to cut yourself, right? Just cut away from yourself if you can. And just keep working your way down in there, about a ½ inch at a time, following the bone. See, it goes on an angle. Alright. It's getting close to be out of there. Okay, let's flip it over. And we'll cut around this side. Now it helps to have a really sharp boning knife. Keep going around until you get to the other side, right? And it's not that hard to do, just follow the bone. Okay, let's see what we got. It's getting loose. Okay, let's trim down along here a little bit more. Now you can see that blade bone kind of runs over there underneath that piece right there. Just work your way around there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now you can probably just peel up on it. Get under this edge. And we'll get under this edge. And when you get it like that, you could probably almost pull it right out of there. Just work your knife under there. See, it's coming out. Yep, it's almost out. Just a little piece here and there, and you're good to go. All right, guys. Okay, there it is. Our blade bone is out. That was a little bit tricky because it was already cut in half, you know. And there's a little meat left on here, so that's pretty good. Now you can make like a nice pork stew or pork soup or even pork and dumplings, right? Boy, this really makes a nice base for a delicious soup or a gravy. And if you have a dog, go ahead and give them a, you know, the big piece, not the blade end, but the big piece, and they'll love it. So go ahead and save this, you know, put it aside. Okay, guys, let's flip it over and see how we did on this side. Look at that. We took that right out of there, and it can go right back together. That's perfect. All right, now we're going to truss our picnic roast. In other words, we're going to just tie it up with butcher twine, right? And I like to put our butcher twine in a nice jar like this. Now this is like a mayonnaise jar that we cleaned out and rinsed out, and just pop a hole in there, and then you can go ahead and pull it out, and it doesn't roll all around the counter. Well, that's good. Now we're going to tie it up using a butcher's knot, but you can use just about any kind of knot you can tie it up with, right? We'll show you a couple tricks, but for now we're going to use a butcher's knot. So let's go ahead and put it under there like that, and bring it up, cross it over your finger, just like that, see it? Then you can pull it tight. That's it. And you can go ahead and tie it up and cut it off. Now just keep doing this until you're all done, right? Don't worry, I'll show you a trick on one of these knots, so keep an eye out for it. I'll let you guys know. Alright, now let's try our trick knot, right? Or in case you don't know how to tie a butcher's knot, just go ahead and tie it like this. Just keep looping it around. And again. Can you see it? And again, maybe 3 or 4 times. And that way when you pull it tight, It kind of locks it together. See it? Right? Just like that. Then you can go ahead and tie your knot. Like a granny's knot. And that's good. Nothing wrong with that. And by looping it around that way 3 or 4 times, it holds it there for you so that you can tie your knot. Pretty neat, huh? Alright, let's see if we can get one more on the end here. Let's see how we do here. It's pretty close to the end, but I think we can do it. Just tighten it up. Let's snip it on. Okay, there's our picnic roast, all trussed up nice and tied up nicely. Boy, doesn't that look good? It really does. Nice. Alright. Alright, now we're going to make a nice, tasty rub for our picnic roast to make it taste really good while it's sous vide. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can use the same rub on a pork shoulder or any type of pork roast or even a beef roast. Yeah, it tastes really good. And for the seasonings, we have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, yep, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. Yep, that'll kick it up a notch and make it taste really good. So let's go ahead and mix these up. Okay. Alright, now before we put our seasonings on, we're going to spritz that with a little bit of oil. So let's do that. Alright. Rub that in. Alright, let's put our seasonings on there. Rub them in. Put a little more. Okay, let's flip it on its side here. Put a little more oil on there. Spritz that. Rub that in. Add a little more seasonings. Okay, let's flip it over. Put a little more oil on this side. Put our seasonings on there. Okay, let's put some on the fat cap. Put a little seasonings on there. Rub them in. Okay, let's see how we did. Add a little more. All right, that's looking pretty good, guys. Let me see if I can show you. Look at that. It really looks good. All right. Okay, let's put a little more seasonings on there because you can never have too much seasoning. Pat them in. We'll finish up our seasonings. Roll it around on here. Put a little more on. Okay, let's roll it around in our seasonings here. Wow, look at this, guys. Can you see it? That is just beautiful looking right there. Alright guys, now we're getting ready to put this in a bag, and we're getting ready to sous vide our delicious picnic roast, right? Because it's well seasoned and it looks wonderful. And then we trussed it up good with the knots, you know, the butcher's knots. So it should stay together. Alright, let's put this in a bag and we'll get ready to sous vide this. A 2-gallon bag or a 2.5 gallon. So I'm using a 2.5 gallon today, so it should work out good. So let's see if we can get that in there, because it's a big bag. See it? Really big. Okay, let's pick it up. And we'll put that right in there. Pretty big roast, even though it's a half of a picnic roast, right? Okay, there she is, guys. In our nice Ziploc bag. Now all we have to do is get ready to sous vide this in our Instant Pot. So let's do that. Alright, we have our Instant Pot Pro Crisp, and it's an 8-quart model. Let's take off the pressure cooker lid, right? And we'll get our insert out of there and we'll fill it with water. Okay, let's put our insert back in. Now we filled it with about 4 quarts of water. It's up to that line right there. Okay, now we're going to take our beautiful picnic roast that we seasoned up. Look at that, guys. And we're going to go ahead and put that right in there, just like this. And it should almost fit. Just squeeze it in there a little bit and drop it down as far as it'll go. Just like that. And we're going to get most of the air out, practically all of it, by pushing it down in there and using the water displacement method, right? Now we're going to take a little liquid smoke, right? This is mesquite, and we're going to put that in there. It's about a teaspoon. Put that right in there. Okay, now let's push this down until all the air is out of the bag. All the way to the rim. Start to seal up your bag. Keep pushing down and seal it up. And there it is, guys. That's under there, really nice. It's submerged 2 inches below the water level. Beautiful. Okay. Now we'll take our pressure cooker lid and we'll put that on. Now we don't want it to pressure cook, so make sure your valve's set to open. Now all we have to do is set our pot. Okay, let's set our Instant Pot to sous vide. And we're not doing 24 hours. We're going to go all the way up to 48 hours. And we're going to go up to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to hit start. And that's all there is to it. And our Instant Pot will take care of the rest. And I'll bring you back when it's up to temperature. I guess you know what it's time for now, don't you? You probably guessed this one. A nice cold wobble pop. Doesn't that sound good? It sure does. Alright, I'll bring you back when it's up to temperature. Okay, our Instant Pot's done preheating. We have 48 hours on the clock at 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And for you, it'll be just like this. But for me, I'll see you in 48 hours. Okay guys, our sous vide picnic roast is done. Let's hit cancel. And let's take a look at it together. Alright guys, let's open the lid and see how we did. Wow guys, look at the juice in there. Can you see that? Boy, is that looking good. Alright, let me get this out of here and we'll pat it dry. Okay guys, here it is, still in the bag. Okay, let's get this out of the bag and we'll save our juices, right? Okay, there's a lot of juices in there guys, so Let's see if we can get that out of there. Okay, here it is. Look at that, guys. Wow, that really does look good. It smells wonderful. Now you could go ahead and serve it just like this, but we're gonna go ahead and put this in the air fryer and crisp it up a bit, right? And then we're gonna make a nice honey glaze for the top. Doesn't that sound good? Okay. Okay, let's see if we can save our juices in case you wanna make a gravy, right? Okay, there's our nice juices from our sous vide process. Wow, that's quite a bit. Okay, let's put this aside. Okay, let's powder our picnic roast dry. Now try not to rub off all the good seasonings, right? Okay, and what I like to do is re-season it a little bit with a little bit of salt to taste here. Some black pepper. A little bit of garlic powder. Onion powder. And a little extra smoked paprika. Just put that on there. Okay. Kind of pat that in. And now we're going to do all the sides here. And it should be really good. Okay, we'll do the same to this side. A little bit of salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and some smoked paprika. Now we'll keep doing this until we get all the sides covered. Okay, pat that in good. Okay, there you go. Boy, now that looks good. Boy, guys, that really smells wonderful. Just go ahead and make them this way, because you could serve this right now. You know, cut the butcher's twine off and serve him up with some mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, wow. This would be good. Save that liquid from the sous vide process and make a delicious gravy. Boy, this would be good with that. We're not doing that today. We're going to put this in the air fryer and crisp it up. And while that's getting nice and crispy, we're going to make a nice honey glaze for the top. Then we're going to pop it back in the air fryer and caramelize it up nice. Doesn't that sound good? All right, let's get started doing that. We're going to use our trivet today. Yep. I know it don't look like it's big enough, but we can put it on there sideways. I'll show you. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. And we'll put our trivet right here. And we'll pick up our nice picnic roast and we'll put it right there, just like that. Perfect. Can you see it? All right, guys, now all we have to do is put this in the air fryer. So let's do that. Boy, doesn't that look nice? Okay, and before we air fry, I like to spritz our pot down with a little bit of oil to keep things from sticking. Now we're going to take our beautiful picnic roast. Look at that. That's huge. And we're going to put that right in there. Just like that. Fits in there nicely. And we're going to spritz that with some oil. And that'll help crisp it up. Okay. Now we're going to take our air fryer lid on our Instant Pot Pro Crisp. And we're going to put that right on there, just like that. Push down. Now all we have to do is set our pot. Okay, now we're going to set our Instant Pot Pro Crisp to air fry. And we're going to go "15 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and hit start. And that's it. Our Instant Pot will take care of the rest. Now while we're waiting for this to preheat, we're going to get ready to start making our delicious honey glaze. Okay, our Instant Pot is done preheating, and we have 15 minutes on the clock at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright guys, now while that's cooking, we're going to make a nice honey glaze, so let's do that. Alright, while our picnic roast is air frying, we're going to go ahead and make a nice, delicious, quick and easy honey glaze for it. So let's set our burner to medium-low. Alright, now we're going to take 1 tablespoon of butter. Yep, put that in there. Now butter makes everything taste better, right? So make sure you put enough in there, okay? Okay, let's melt our butter. Now do this kind of on low heat, right? According to your burner temperature, you know, mine's set at medium-low. Just go ahead and melt your butter. And when your butter has melted, just like that, put a teaspoon of minced garlic in there. Mix that around. Get them flavors going, right? Okay, everything tastes better with butter. And boy, it's smelling good already. Now we're going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Put that in there. And a 1/4 cup of honey. Put that in there. Stir that around a little bit and get everything mixed in. Now keep your burner temperature low, right? Like medium-low, because butter and honey with all that sugar, you know, we don't want to burn it. Just stir it in. Okay, now put in about 2 tablespoons of chicken broth. Put that in there. And 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Put that in. And a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Put that in. Okay, let's mix that all in there. Boy, does that smell good. Now bring that to like a light, real light simmer. And reduce it down a little bit. Okay, that's done. Let's shut off our burner and let that cool down. It'll thicken up. Boy, does that smell good, guys. Let's go ahead and put that in a little bowl and we'll get ready to brush that on our picnic roast. So let's do that. Pour it in there. Alright guys, boy does that look good. Alright guys, let's check on our picnic roast. Alright guys, we got 5 minutes to go on the clock. Let's take a look at it together and we'll put that honey glaze right on top of there. So let's do that. Okay, let's open the lid guys and see how we're doing with the air fryer. Wow guys, I hope you can see that, because that is really nice looking. Nicely charred up and crispy. So let's go ahead and take our honey glaze and we'll put that on there. Boy, does that smell good. Can you see it? Looks good. We'll put that all over there, brush that on. Wow guys, this is going to taste good. I just know it is. Make sure you get enough glaze on there. Don't worry, it'll run around on the bottom. You can reach under there a little bit, but be careful. It's hot in here. Boy, does that honey glaze smell good. Alright guys, that's it. Okay, let's put our air fryer lid on and it should start right back up. There you go. Alright, now let's check the time. I can't wait to have a taste of this. It smells wonderful in this kitchen. Alright guys, we got 4 minutes left on the air fryer and our picnic roast will be done air frying. And that's got that honey glaze on there, and boy does it smell good in this kitchen. Alright, I'll see you in about 3 minutes guys. Alright, in 10 seconds our picnic roast will be done air frying. And we'll take a look at it together. And boy does it smell good in this kitchen. Okay, our picnic roast done air frying. Let's hit cancel. And let's take a look at it together. I can't wait to see this. Alright guys, let's take the air fryer lid off and have a look. Wow guys, look at that. That's got a nice crust on there, and boy, it's sizzling. And boy, does that smell good with all that honey glaze. And we saved some honey glaze in case you want to put some on top afterwards, right? So let's get that out of there and we'll have a taste test. Yep. Be careful guys, it's hot. Wow, look at that guys. Can you see that? That is just beautiful looking. Okay, let me put this on a cutting board and we'll have a taste test. Okay guys, here it is. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? It really does. Now let's go ahead and get that off the trivet and we'll get our twine out of there because nobody wants to chew on that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just grab this. It's going to be hot, but I got my gloves on, so we're good. So let's go ahead and take it off of there. Put it right here. Wow guys, I wish you could smell this because it really smells good. Now let's see if we can find our twine and get them out of there, right? Alright, I can see the twine on the back side, so it's easier for me to cut back here. So let's do that. Okay, I think we found all the twine here, and we'll just go ahead and pull that off. Get it out of there. Alright guys, let's put on a little more honey glaze. Just a little bit. Look at that guys. Boy, that is really good. That's going to taste really good with that honey glaze on there. Beautiful. Alright guys, there you have it. Our delicious picnic roast that we sous vide for 48 hours. Then we went ahead and air fried it to crisp it up, and we made a delicious honey glaze. Boy, does that look good, and the juices are coming out of it, so I know it's going to be tender and moist in the middle and perfectly sliceable with a nice crust. Alright guys, this picnic roast looks so beautiful, and I know it's going to taste good, and I can't wait to have a taste of this. So let's get into a slice. Let's cut this on the end here and we'll see how it turned out, right? So let's do that. Wow guys, that's got a beautiful crust on there. I mean, a beautiful crust. Look at that guys. Can you see it? Okay, let's slice off another one. I'm slicing about a ½ inch thick here. It's so tender and moist, guys. You won't believe it. Okay, one more nice slice. Boy, is that tender, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but look at that. Look at the juices running down there, and this crust, I don't know if you can see it, but it is crispy. Oh yeah, I gotta have a taste of that. That crust is good. Here's another piece. Let's go ahead and have another piece. Boy, is this tasty, guys. Can you hear how crunchy it is? Is that good? This is just plain delicious right here. Let me see if I can pick a piece up and just show you just how moist it is up close. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see that? Wow. And tender? My God, fall apart tender, guys. Yet still sliceable. Alright guys, let me go ahead and have a taste of this right here. Look at that crust. Can you see that? Boy, is that tasty. That's really tasty. Alright, let's have a taste of this. Okay, there it is, guys. Look at that. That is beautiful. And boy, is that tender and lightly pink still in the middle. Really nice. You're going to love this. Alright, let me have a good bite here. Wow, guys, you're going to love these. This is just really a good way to cook your picnic roast, pork shoulder, pork butt, Boston butt, or blade roast. Yep, it really is. 48 hours at 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And you wind up with this. A beautiful, sliceable picnic roast that you can serve up with your favorite sides like mashed potatoes and gravy, because you can save those sous vide juices, right? And make a delicious gravy out of it. And that's what I should have done, but I didn't. I wanted to make that honey glaze and put it on top to give it that extra kick. Beautiful tasting right there. You're really going to enjoy these. Alright guys, there you have it. Our delicious picnic roast. And you can serve this with your delicious sides, and boy is it going to taste good. And we're going to have this for dinner, and I'm going to have a nice chilled glass of red wine with that. Doesn't that sound good? Alright guys, if you're enjoying these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. A delicious sous vide picnic roast that's tender and juicy. That's what's for dinner tonight. Boy, does that sound good. Yep. I just got to show you just how tender this is. It just falls apart, guys. Just like that. Boy, is that good. Look at that. Alright, I just got to have another little bite. That's delicious. Yep, I definitely hear a door knock. These people around here, they have to smell me cooking this stuff, because every time I'm just about done cooking, I hear a door knock. That's normal though around here. Alright guys, catch you on the next one.